Rafa, and Donovan.
Welcome back to The Bunt, the number one podcast in skateboarding, brought to you by the number one shoe in skateboarding,
Vans.
He is not playing these days. Off the wall since 1960, motherfucking six. I'm D Jones. Y'all know I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Antoine behind the scenes.
It's a cool
Ghost,
thing. Still.
coming off a star-studded episode with Canadian Olympian Mark McMorris. We keep the ball rolling into week 4. This is no slouch either, man. Who we got in the building this week?
Man, we running it. Triple OG, you know what I'm saying? You know the vibes. It's Louie Barletta, of course. And he just so happened to break epic news, which we discussed on the pod. Enjoy's back, so shout out to Louie and the whole camp over there. Jacuzzi and Enjoy, the new 1-2 punch. Hyped to see what they've got in store. Great convo with Louie. Then we taking y'all straight to the post office. Flooded these days. Thank you, everyone. And of course, wrapping it up with we got a UFC minute. We got some Olympic hockey. We got NBA All-Star. We got a couple NFL updates. You know what I'm saying? And a little PSL predictions. Jam-packed.
Dude, the rundown is popping. Ghost, make sure to let everyone know. Follow us on Instagram at The Bunt Live. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheBuntLive. Hit up our Patreon, patreon.com/The Bunt. Then head over to our website, thebuntlive.com. It's time. It's been a busy week. I've been swamped with Olympics. This is an Olympic household I'm living in. We're watching figure skating. We're watching speed skating. We're watching skiing. You fucking name it. I didn't watch I watched one skate video, and I'll get to that later. But Ghost, tell me what I missed this week, man. It's the Ghost Shoutout of the week.
You know what time it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out of the week. Man, skateboarding has always been shaped by the videos that represent it. It's how a lot of us connect to skating in the first place. Lately, videos are treated as disposable content. Algorithms decide what gets seen, and full lengths are reduced to a couple of clips in a feed. That's not how skate videos are meant to be experienced. That's why The Den was built. The Den is a skate video app curated and designed by skaters. It has a deep catalog of videos preserved in their original quality, pure vision, pure sound, exactly the way filmers intended them to be seen. From the classics to the latest releases, and a 24-hour live channel for when you just want to kick back and zone out. The Den was made so when something special comes along, it stays front and center, long after the feeds moved on. So if you care about skate videos like we do, become a member and download The Den for free on iPhone, Android, the web, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. And finally caught up on all my off-season shit. So I'm gonna hit y'all with my first, more relevant, just came out part of the season. Bro, I gotta give it to someone that I think Mitch Barrett put us onto, and I've been tracking his fucking wild ass fucking stilo and clips, and he's an absolute beast. Yo, shout out of the week, Tiago Lima, 7 breaths part, I believe. Pocket put this one out, but anyway, yeah, Pocket Skate Mag. So shout out Tiago Lima, you're a fucking beast. That first switch 180 hill bomb of pain, you know what I'm saying? My boy's got the wild stee, but it's epic. Big old nollie back heels and all that good shit, some mock book clips and shit. So check it out.
All right. I got a shout out of the week too. Someone with similar style and grace. I'm not sure who exactly dropped this mini documentary on one of our good friends, The Rise of Jesse Alba. I'm not sure if y'all have seen this or not, but this is must-see TV. Never in my life on a Saturday morning did I think I would wake up to this masterpiece. Narrated by David Attenborough of Planet Earth. goes in depth on the rise of the one and only Jesse Alba. So make sure, plug that into YouTube, watch that shit. You gotta see it, man.
Yeah, that was the greatest 14 minutes I've ever spent that I wasn't expecting.
You will not regret
I don't know who made that.
You will not regret it.
That was awesome.
Shout out to them. And then one more skate thing we got to talk about, man. Buster Bale, Santa Monica. Just Dylan Jabe, man. Other people did some shit. You know, they got the Vario heel by Frankie. Shout out Frankie. They got the inward heel. I'm not exactly sure who did that. Grant Taylor was there doing some shit. But Dylan Jabe, man, he went crazy. Fakey heel?
Yeah.
Oh.
The fakey heel.
Toby Ryan.
Bro, Toby, I don't know. Dylan, probably, maybe MVP. But maybe Toby, man. Nollie backside flip, balled out.
That's crazy.
Switch backside flip and switch double flip. He went ham too. Fakey Trey, I forget who that gentleman is, but that was fucking ridiculous on that.
This guy said
that was fucking.
And then one more
Nollie
piece of
heel, Frankie.
breaking news. Yeah, that was great. Dylan Jabe, off primitive to quasi skateboards. We never really break news like that, but this was a hot
Is
topic
that official?
in some of our group chats. Yeah, it's official. I mean, I don't know who's said it where, here, or there. I'm hearing it everywhere. You know? And if I got it, it's not like it's some under the rock type thing. You know what I mean? Like, if I've come to this conclusion on my own, it's well known. So what do you think about this move, man?
I think massive opportunity missed to not turn Dylan pro before this. But I mean, it is what it is. And it's a great opportunity for Quasi, assuming this is all factual. And yeah.
That's questioning me.
But I didn't know we were going to having an impromptu skate line with random skate news.
All right.
Shout out our brother Gary.
Y'all know exactly what to do, man. Or y'all know exactly what's coming next. It's time to get into this interview. We got Louie Barletta in the building. Absolute legend. Nothing further needs to be said. Safa wants no more news. Let's get into it, man. All right, let's get this thing started. We've got Louie Barletta in the building today. What's going on, man?
Hi, dudes. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Thank you.
But Louie, we start every show off the same. You got to hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
Let's see. Favorite sports moment. I know you guys are big basketball fans, so I actually have two stories about it, but I think one of those highlights for me was like seeing Michael Jordan actually play. I'm like a very casual basketball fan, but my uncle had front row, like on the floor seats to this.
Shit.
It was Golden State against the Bulls back in the day. And so I got to see Jordan and Pippen. It was before Rodman was on.
Crazy.
So it was like Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Pretty fucking sick to be right there on the floor and see him. And fast forward, like, I don't know, 15 years or something, we're on tour in Chicago. Our Osiris road rep was like, just big dick everything. He's like, we're going to this steakhouse. And we had just skated and we went to the steakhouse and they wouldn't let us in. So they made us wear like sports jackets.
Yeah.
We go into the steakhouse and it was 4 of us eating dinner at the steakhouse where they bring out the steaks. And I was just like, I'll take the most expensive one. Like, not even like, we were just like, whatever, dude, we'll just buy this or we'll buy that. And we all got these huge steaks. It was like Dune was with me and Dylan. And I ended up buying the steak knife. Like, I was like, this is a really good steak knife. Like, I'm going to take this one home. And the guy was like, I'll box it up for you, sir. And like boxed up this steak knife in this really nice box. And it was like $500 for this steak knife. Jesus, I remember there was 4 of us and our bill was $5,000. And dude, we walked out of the steakhouse and I opened up the box and there was a tree, and I threw the knife to try and stick it in the tree, and it just went ching, 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 ching into the street. And we just kept walking. And like, that was it. That was the end of the $500 steak knife. And we go to Michael Jordan's club, and it's like his private club or whatever. And same thing. We're all wearing the clothes we just skated in all day. And they made us run the Osiris card for $2,000 for each one of us at the door before they even let us in. And it was like, dude, just it was like all these baller, to make sure that we were going to pay our bill. And so we were in Michael Jordan's private club, and everybody's smoking cigars and stuff. And dude, it's just like 4 dirty ass skaters. Just like, I was like drinking like Bacardi and Coke or something, like thinking I was balling out. Just like, yeah, I'll have another one. Like, dude, there's no way I'm going to drink $2,000 worth of Bacardi and Coke. But dude. And then, dude, oh my God, I know who the 4th person was. Remember I told you about my friend, the meth motorcycle dude?
No, not Tilt Mode.
He happened to be in Chicago.
Wow.
And he was the other dude. And he got hammered, absolutely hammered, and threw up in the taxi. And then we went to some hot dog stand because $2,000 steaks weren't good enough. We went to this hot dog stand, and this lady was talking shit to me. And she was like, she kept calling me That 70s Show. She's like, you with the bowl cut. Yo, That 70s Show. Come here. Your hot dog's ready. And I was like, I don't want ketchup or anything on my hot dog. And she's like, what's wrong with you? You a little bitch, That 70s Show. Yo, check out this guy. Where do you think you from? You come out of 1973? Like, just saying all this crazy shit to me and saying That 70s Show. Like,
wow.
It was a wild ass night. But yeah, those are my 2 Michael Jordan stories.
Dude, that's the best sports moment ever, dude. Holy shit.
Michael Jordan wasn't even there, dude. We didn't even get to meet him.
It's hardly a sports story, but we'll take it. It's the least sporty sports story we've ever had. But I love it, man.
Love that.
Best skate moment, I think, would probably be like as of right now, my favorite skate moment is like reaching out to Jake Yanku and asking if he wanted to ride for Jacuzzi, and he was just like, fuck yeah, and it was like this crazy, like,
yeah, that's a good feeling.
Like seeing somebody excited about like being part of what we do. Like that's probably one of my biggest like skateboarding achievements or feelings or moments, or, like turning Zach and Ben and all these dudes pro. Like that's way higher than any actual trick I've done. I'm more just shocked when I'm rolling away. It's not like I worked my whole life to do that, I don't have one of those El Toro moments where I land and say like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
Frontside 360 kickflip down the big 3. That's a moment right there.
That was cool. We're shooting for interview in Slap magazine. This is how different skateboarding was back then. We went there and shot it. I shot a sequence of it. Maybe we should go there and film it. It wasn't like, like now where everything's filmed and shot and everything. You were just like, It was like one day you're going to go out skating, or one day you're going to go out filming, or one day you're going to go shoot photos. It was never like this like weird like package deal. Like, dude, like how many days did we go out skating and I saw stuff that had never been done before? But like our filmer, Chris Avery, was like skating that day. He wasn't filming. So we just like, it was just like, wow, like this dude literally almost nollie flip, nose slid Hubba Hideout. But like Chris didn't bring his camera, like, because we were just going to Hubba Hideout to skate. Yeah, we were just going to Hubba to skate it, So yeah, wild times back then.
So sick.
But yeah, so I got to say this, like, you guys hit me up like about a year ago, right, about doing the show, and I was like, I was telling you like, yeah, I got something big though. Like, give me like a month or 2, right? And dude, that shit never happened.
Oh, shit.
It was like a year later, and we're here now. But what I was going to tell you a year ago, which didn't happen, but it just happened now, is, dude, we got Enjoy back. Like, we legitimately bought the trademarks. We got it all back.
Whoa,
so now it's like, it's our brand.
Breaking news. Yeah. I love that.
We love breaking news.
But now what happens then? Because you got Jacuzzi, so now do you split it? Do you split the team in half, or how do you approach this now?
The whole beginning of the downfall of Enjoy, before that happened, we were already like contemplating doing a sister company, right? Like when Enjoy started to really just fall apart, me and Jeff, my partner, Jeff Davis, we were like, let's just plug in this sister brand that we had already like kind of conceived in our head. And we had like we'd already trademarked the name Jacuzzi Unlimited, and like we already had all this stuff in play. So it was basically like, boom, like we're just going to do this. So we purposely did it where it had a different look so that if we ever did get Enjoy back, that we would just be like, boom, plugged together like two sister brands, you know?
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
So you're saying it's time to send those sponsor me's in, eh?
Dude, yeah.
To all the kids
all
out
those
there.
kids out there.
Dust yours off, Safa.
Dude, yeah, let's see it. Let's get it. Oh yeah, like towards the beginning, I was pretty like whatever about getting it back, just like, you know, let that go, like it's cool. And then we found out they were trying to like sell Enjoy line to Walmart, and it was like Enjoy scooters, Enjoy helmets, Enjoy like backpacks, Enjoy rollerblades. All I could think of was like, dude, like every fan that has like an Enjoy Panda tattoo or something, like this would be the worst thing ever, dude. Yeah. So it was like, yeah. So like when we found out about the Walmart deal, like we really like, that's when I was like, we can't let this go. So much of like our lives were invested in that company, and just to let it do that. Like, I mean, there was one day where we were going to go out skating, and like I got in my truck, went to turn my truck on, and I was wearing an Enjoy shirt. I was happened to be wearing it around the house. I was like, fuck, I should go inside and like change my shirt. And then I was just like, wait a minute, dude, like the scars on my body, like the truck I'm sitting in, like this brand like got me right here, sitting right here, right now. Like I'm not embarrassed about this. And I just like turned the truck on and just went out skating, and then all the dudes clowned me anyways. But I was just like, fuck you guys, man.
Yeah, you had like a small moment of being hyped though.
For like 10 minutes in my truck while I was driving, I really felt cool. But
you're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, the boys put me in check real quick. So
hey, that's awesome though. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Thank you. I'm really, really stoked.
Let's rewind it back for a second though. Okay. Where did you grow up and how did you get into skating?
Just San Jose skating. I gotta like really big up like Tim Brosh, Mike Crabtree. Like those guys were kind of the first dudes to be like, hey, come out skating with us, you know? And like, you don't know anything when you're young. And yeah, man, a lot of love for those guys. And then obviously Mark moved to San Jose, and that was like, that changed everything for all of us, you know? It like, I find there's like really two kinds of people in the skateboarding world. The people who like it's me and check out the show. And there's other people who just try to elevate like the people around them. And Mark was like a big elevator of a lot of people. So it was really, really rad to like be part of that and like see what Mark was doing and have him like bring guys like me and Jerry up. And and eventually like we kind of did the same and tried to help out the next generations. And yeah.
What would you consider your first big break in the skate industry?
I would say my first big break in skateboarding, which like when I look back wasn't even a break at all, but Mike Crabtree worked at a skate shop called Go Skate, and I only rode one specific kind of board, right? And Mike was like, hey, I want to put you on Sonic skateboards. It was like the Simon Woodstock brand, right? I was like, yeah, I'm down. And he's like, come into the skate shop, Go Skate, and I'll give you boards when you need boards. And I was like, hell yeah. So I started going in there, and after a few months, talked to the TM at the time, who was Nanda Zip. And I don't even think Nanda knew who I was. And come to find out, Mike was just stealing boards off the wall and giving them to me. it wasn't even like a big break. But I thought that was my big break.
Wow.
But I had like given Nanda because I heard they were working on a video, so I gave Nanda some footage or something, and I had hurricane grinded Hubba Hideout, and he was just like, yeah, go back and shoot a photo of that, and that'll be your Sonic ad. And I was just like, whoa, okay, like that's how it works. Like sick, you know? But like, yeah, my big break wasn't even real. It was like just the homie like stealing shit for me.
That's a good homie though. Damn.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Mike's awesome. And he's still ripping. So yeah, man, I love Mike.
So cool.
Maybe this was a break. So you rode for Skechers back in the day, way ahead of the curve, riding for non-core skate brands at the time. How did that come about and how did that end?
Because I get this one a lot where people like bring that up like to bust my chops a little bit. And I always look on it like very fondly that like, dang, that actually is the only way you would even know who I was, because I was at this weird crossroads of like, fuck, man, like Steve Caballero, his band's royalty check last year was $1 million. You know, oh, like Mark just bought a brand new like Honda Civic, you know, and all these dudes were making all this money, and I was like on the cusp of like should I graduate college and go on to like, teaching, or should I really try to make skateboarding work? And they like kind of came in and were like, yeah, we'll give you X amount of money a month. And so it kind of was like my like, oh shit, like I could get paid to do this. Cause everybody reaches that point where they're like, is it ever going to be like a big break moment, And I've seen it with a lot of people. They just kind of crumble or give up before they hit that like big break moment. So for me, it was like getting those Skechers paychecks really was just like, you know what, I'm going to dive headfirst into this now, and it like at the time I had like 3 jobs. So it was like that moment of like, whew, like the weight's off my shoulders a little bit and I could just like go for it now, So for me, it's like, I always look back on it very fondly of like, damn, like nobody would have ever known who I was, like if it wasn't for that moment that like happened, it just gave me that boost of confidence that like, dang, I could like I could make it. That was go time. There's my big skateboard moment.
What was a Skechers paycheck looking like back in those days?
Oh, it was only like $600, dude. But my job, like I worked selling beer at like the convention center, like walking up and down the aisles. And that was like, I don't know, $100 or $200 a week, wasting every weekend or Saturday night doing that. Or like I get this paycheck for like skateboarding. Like, dude, of course I was going to do that. And I was like, I worked at like an Ace Hardware or something. Like it was
sick. It's fucking grinding, dude. Those shoes didn't look though bad either. The ones in the ad, like this looked like an all right skate shoe. Did they have like a team or was it just you?
Yeah, no, they had a full team. I think like the shoe that I wore, I think was like either like I think it was like a simple shoe knockoff or maybe a Duff's, like a Duke's, like Jeremy Ray knockoff.
Yeah, like very simple.
Yeah, it was like really, 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 really mellow. So
tell us about getting on Maple skateboards and filming for the vid Black Cat, man. What was that time frame like for you?
So I rode for Sonic, right? Like a local skateboard brand here in San Jose. That like kind of started to fall apart. Like they kind of dissolved the brand. I think it got bought by NHS and things weren't working out with all those guys. So was skating with Jerry a lot, obviously, and Mark and Jason Adams. And like, it's really crazy because Jason hit me up and was like, John Lucero said it's cool. We can start giving you boards. Like maybe you could do something with Black Label. Obviously, I was like super down for John and for Black Label. And then we were out skating and then Jerry was like, I was telling Jerry that like, dude, I think I'm gonna start getting boards from Black Label or whatever. And he's like, dude, well, if you want to like get boards, like we'll just get you Maple boards. And I was just like, brr, like full 180, like, yeah, oh, for sure. Like, and like, I don't know if it was like another, like Jason Adams was just trying to hook me up, like Mike Crabtree style. Like, we're just going to steal boards out of the back and send them to you. But like,
fuck it.
Because Jerry was like a kid still, like the Maple guys would come into town and they'd all stay at my house and like party at my house. So I like knew all those dudes already. So for me, it was like, oh, like I know Dave Mayhew, like I know Ed Dominic, like I knew those dudes. Like, so it was more of like, oh, I fit in with these guys because we're already homies, So so that's how the Maple thing actually came about. I literally like, I think Mark like quit like right before like it all started happening for me. So it was kind of like, oh, we're right there. And then like, nope, like Mark's off to like something else, And it was rad because like even with that Mark was like, yeah, we'll get you shoes for get you Americas and stuff. Like it was always like Mark was always super cool about hooking me up. And I kicked myself in the pants a lot, dude, for like not realizing what you have at the time, like Mark gave us like, Maple's starting and he's got all these boards and he gave us like his first pro models and like we all rode them. And I never thought to keep any of that stuff, It's like really, really trippy. Like when you look back on it, like, dang, I should have probably kept some more like that kind of stuff, But when you're living it, you're just like, just where's my paycheck and let's go out and let's have fun. You're not really like, oh my God, like I want to be like 35 years later talking to these 2 dudes from Canada about this. I should probably hoard some of this shit,
Crazy places life will take you, man.
So can you tell us about the Tilt Mode Army, how that formed and where the name came from?
Yeah. So the Tilt Mode thing started out like, we had a house and it was like me, Chris Avery, who was our filmer, Matt Eversole, Jerry, and MJ. We lived in this house and we just, those guys were living and partying every single day. I was still going to school and I still had a job and shit. Like it was pretty wild, but like I didn't really like, I was in it as much as I could be, but I also had to wake up every morning and like go to work and shit. So, but it started like right there in our house. And that was the wild thing about that house was like, Mark's riding for the A team. Me and Jerry are on Maple. Like we kind of felt like we were killing it, but you don't know like exactly where you are in the world. But I remember thinking like, dude, this is like my high water mark, like I only have one job now. And like, I got a closet full of skate product. This is sick, and it was pretty rad because Matt Eversole had the foresight and the vision to like capture a lot of that stuff, and it was pretty special and pretty rad to like have somebody there who could see all that. And like, cause I'm sure that's happening every day at every skate house across the world, but we just had a guy who like could see it and had a vision for it and filmed it all, and like the name, I don't know. The name was a tough one because like I think Mark or Matt said like Joey Surreal used to say that. I know growing up, I had a friend, he was like a motocross dude and he'd be like, I'm going into Comanche mode and like, I'm going into tilt mode. Like, and he would like, and these were like how drunk he was getting,
Oh, okay.
Going into tilt mode.
Yeah. I remember we were saying that at our house a lot. And I was under the impression that it came from that, like, oh shit, we're setting it on tilt tonight, And then it was an NC video and they named it tilt mode. And then that was that. It was a wrap after that. It stuck and it's a sick ass name. And that's how names happen, dude. It's hard to like think of a good name. It just happens,
Yeah.
So
Jerry says it's Billy Valdez. What does that mean?
I thought I said somebody from Minnesota, but yeah, Billy Valdez. That's who it was.
Okay. I came up with the name. Legend.
I have no idea. I'm going to go with Billy Valdez though, because that's way sicker than some motocross dude explaining how drunk he was getting.
No, well, I mean, that sounded fucking epic. I liked that story.
I was going to say the dude I was talking about, the motocross dude, he was living in LA and he like called me one day. He's like, what are you doing tonight? I was like, no, just hanging out at the house, watching skate videos or whatever. 6 hours later, he just showed up at my house. He like smoked a bunch of meth and then got on his motorcycle and just drove to San Jose from LA. And I was like, what the hell, dude? And I guess he was driving around and like just stopped at a payphone and called me just to make sure I was going to be home. And then just drove 6 hours like straight to San Jose. It was pretty rad.
What mode was that? What like did he tell you what mode he was?
I don't know. I should have asked, dude.
Wow. The man down video looked like you guys were having just about as much fun as you could skateboarding. I'm not sure if this is the house where this was all created, but you have a backyard line with a nose grind and kick front board.
Oh.
Like, whose setup was that? It looked like the Dern brothers before the Dern brothers existed built a low budget skate park.
When people talk about that line in particular, I shed a little tear. First, that was our house. It was the Tantau house. It was the house we started the whole tilt mode shit in. It's where Enjoy started. But I got all this wood from some dude to build a mini ramp. And Mark Johnson took tons of all this plywood and he would do these crazy paintings on all this plywood. I look at that clip and you could see there's some of that. We're just skating on Mark's paintings because there was just so much of it around our house that like, oh, great. Like he wrote all over this one and we just put it on the ground. But that was like one of like, I don't know, numerous little obstacle setups that me and Jerry would like make in our backyard. There's two things about that house that like I look back on and I'm like, dude, I should have like kept some of this stuff. And it was like all the Mark Johnson paintings. And then also, dude, Mark would do this thing where like everybody would be drinking all night long, right? And I'd wake up the next morning and there'd be like a garbage can full of empty beers and there'd be one beer on the ground and it'd have a Post-it note on it. And it'd be like, oh my God, I'm so lonely down here by myself. I wish somebody would put me up there with all my friends, or there'd be like a random toothbrush sitting somewhere and it would just say on it like, please God, don't put this in my butt again or something like it's like weird Post-it notes all over everything, like constantly little like where they're like where all these objects are like have personalities and they're talking and stuff, and like or there'd be like a rotten banana in the fridge. It'd say like, I'm dying or something like that on it. It's like, dude, you took the time to like write on a Post-it note and stick it to that. You could have just thrown it away, you know? So at the time it was like really frustrating to see all these Post-it notes everywhere all the time. You know, in hindsight, it'd be sick to like have had all that, like, you know, all those Post-it notes in a book or something, you know, it'd be pretty incredible. I remember this one because it sucked. You know, you're like early in the morning, you're like, I got to go to work. These guys were partying all night. I flipped the toilet seat up and there's like a rotten turd that didn't flush down. and there was a Post-it note on the like toilet seat when you flipped it up. And it was like, I'm never going down or something like that. And it's like, dude.
Oh shit.
Like, you're kidding me, man.
That's a
Like,
wicked
but
one.
yeah, like incredible. And I wish I would have kept like more of that stuff. But so when people talk about that line, I'm always like, damn it, man. After we left years later, me and Jerry talked about it because Jerry had kept a couple of his paintings and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I got like one or two like from the house. But at that time, he was like so prolific with like art. Like, it was incredible to see him just like constantly creating and like on and off the board. It was wild to see. It was really cool. Epic, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, bunch of legends under the same roof, making epic videos, tilt mode armies popping. At what point did Enjoy come to the table? How did that come about?
Well, Enjoy came about because I think Mark was like over the vibe of A-Team. This is crazy because like me and Jerry were like wrapping up filming for Black Cat at the time. And Mark was already like brewing on starting a new brand and all this stuff. And he was doing it through Dwindle again, which was like, for us, that was pretty epic because at the time it was like Dwindle was firing with like so many rad brands at the time. So we were just like, yeah, man, like Mark's so sick. Mark's like doing this thing. And then no offense to what was happening at Maple at the time, but like Maple was following with like the Wet Willy stuff. So it was like the Black Cat stuff, like really like kid friendly kind of things. And Mark was doing this weird abstract, like Basquiat type stuff. And both me and Jerry were just like, dude, what Mark's doing is like so rad. So we were just there, like right at ground zero when it was all like kind of happening, you know? Sick. And it's crazy because like I had a Slap interview and the only thing we made for Enjoy at the time was Enjoy stickers and t-shirts. But if you look at the photos, I'm still writing Maple boards because like we didn't even make Enjoy boards yet, you know, but I was just so horny to rep the brand, you know?
That's dope. So Bag of Suck, all-time classic. Did you guys know you were putting together the masterpiece you were when filming for this? Like, what was the vibe like around making Bag of Suck?
Yeah, Jerry was like, I'm going to try super hard so I don't ever have to skate again. You know, like,
this will be
like, cool. I'm glad I'm just going to ride on your coattails, dude. I don't think we knew it was going to be that big. I know like me and Jerry were just trying, like, we were trying our hardest because, you know, Enjoy was this like poo-poo fart joke. We had ads that weren't skating. So I feel like we had to prove that we we're going to be good at skating too, you know? And it's phenomenal to have seen most of the Jerry stuff was filmed in like the last 3 months. So like it was a really juxtaposition of like the way my part came together and the way Jerry's part came together. Like by the last like 3 months, I was like done filming completely. I was just like, yep, like, I think my part's done. And then Jerry was just like getting started, you know, like for me, it was just like constant filming every day, no matter what was happening. But I think for Jerry, he just needed like the fire to be lit, to have a deadline and stuff like that, you know. But somehow Dwindle into like letting us get an apartment. No, 3 apartments in Australia, in Melbourne for like, I think almost 2 months. And like literally the only thing in the entire video from Australia is me doing one line where I like do a backside flip into the street and a wall ride. And that's like all we got out of that whole trip. Wow. You know, we just went there just to go party. Like, and then we got back from there and it was like, we're going to Hawaii for 6 weeks. And we rented 2 houses in Hawaii. And it was like, we were just basically scamming Dwindle to like go on these like party tours, you know? And like, I got like 1 or 2 clips in it, but like literally, I think Caswell has the slam from Hawaii where he like grinds that kinker rail and like tacos himself. Oh. Like that was in Hawaii, and I 50'd that rail in Hawaii. And I think that was the only tricks from that video. Wow. From that entire trip, dude.
Legends.
Dude, we were just there having a good time.
That's it, man.
And somehow turned into a video.
That's the glory.
Classic.
It's why we do it, right? It's why we all want to do it. hang out with our bros.
What happened at the Bag of Suck premiere?
We bought cases of beer, you know, for the premiere, like you typically do. And our boss was like, oh, what kind of beers do you guys want to get? You know, and like, I think one dude wanted Stella's or something, and somebody else wanted something else. And I was just like, as many cases of tall cans of King Cobra, which is like this really cheap malt liquor here in San Jose. So we were just drinking this crappy malt liquor, dude, like the whole night, dude. And then, so I ended up like, I don't know what happened. I ended up getting into a fight with some dude and like bloodied him up a bit, but like, yeah. And like Shriek and Shannon like punched a cop and got arrested.
Holy shit.
The Cobra was striking that night for sure. Yeah. It was wild.
Okay, let's get some Jerry story time going. You just mentioned Australia, but what's the story behind him breaking his hand over there?
Yeah. We're actually filming that. And Jerry hung up on a quarter pipe, fell backwards, and messed his hand up. And we were like 2 hours or something from a hospital.
Cool.
And so we called the ambulance. The ambulance comes, and Jerry's all messed up. They put him in the back of the ambulance, and it was only one dude in the ambulance, and he's just like gives Jerry like the gas thing, and he's like, suck it up, it's all free here in Australia. And like, I just both me and Jerry kind of looked at each other like, dude, did this dude just green light us? And he got in the front and started driving us. So I'm in the back of the ambulance with Jerry, and we're just passing this thing back and forth. So we get out, and I'm like super jacked, man. And they're like, gave me the paperwork to fill out. And I'm like, Jerry, it says like, what's your name, dude? Like, what's your name? And he's like, dude, it's Jerry. He's like, you gotta call my mom. And I was like, Sue, because mom's name's Sue. And I was like, Sue. And I was like, should I write that down? Like, I didn't know what the hell we were even doing. I was like trying to fill out this paperwork, like just super high on laughing gas, but like, yeah. And we were there for, I don't know how long. Like, it was like an Osiris trip, and those guys just kept going on tour. So it was just me and this dude. And then they got the drip going for Jerry. Yeah. The lady like gave him the morphine drip, and he's like just pushing the button. And I was like, dude, can we share that? And the lady's like, I don't know. Like, that's like, there's some blood issues with that. And I was like, we're cool, right, Jer? But yeah, no, I didn't get the drip. So, but I was asking the lady, could you bring in the laughing gas again? I'm starting to get this headache. And like, dude, she was like not down. I was bummed after that, dude. I had the most throbbing headache.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What about Jerry's concussion at the El Dorado rail?
I mean, I'll say this, like, I could take every single person that I've ever gone to the hospital with, including every time I've ever gone to the hospital, and I've gone to the hospital with Jerry way more times. Like, I was trying a trick, and then Jerry tried to do a switch front board and locked up on it and just fell straight backwards, hit his head, and was like flopping around like a fish on the ground, and was like foam was coming out of his mouth, and he made this crazy weird sound. I just tried whatever I was trying, so it literally like he just flopped like kind of right in front of me, like just plopped down. And I just started crying because I was like, I thought he just died right there. I didn't know what the hell was happening. And, but yeah, he like just fell back, hit his head super hard, dude. And like, that was gnarly. That was a rough one. That one sucked pretty bad. Cause you just don't know what's going to happen, you know? And like, the funny thing about it was the paramedics had to jump the fence and put him on the stretcher and shit. And they couldn't figure out how to get him back over the fence in the stretcher because the school was all locked up.
So what'd they do?
They ended up cutting the locks. They were like, you guys are going to have to pay for all this. And we were like, dude, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, please just like save my friend's life, you know? So,
yeah.
But, yeah, crazy. I mean, it's like when he did when he does like his last trick in Bag of Suck, the nollie back heel, right? Like he went there and tried it and like zipped out and hit his head. And then he calls me like the next weekend or like 2 weekends after. He's like, Louie, I'm going back to Lincoln to try the nollie back heel again, dude. I really want you to go. And I was like, dude, no. Like, I don't want to see my friend die. Like, dude, like the worst thing you could tell somebody when they're like going to try this trick. And I'm just like, dude, I don't think you could do it. Like, I was like, dude, I saw your footage. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, your part's good enough. But it was gnarly. I didn't want to see him get hurt again, and that's like the tough thing about skateboarding is seeing your friends, die or get hurt. Kind of puts it back into perspective of like, what the hell are we doing here? Like this was super fun 10 minutes ago. And now this dude's leg is like pointing the other way. And we're like, we're scrambling to get out of this place,
Yeah.
So yeah, that one,
quick, right?
We spent a lot of years skating together and he's fun, but he was scary sometimes. Like his falls were pretty brutal.
Okay, maybe this one's less gnarly or sad, but what about blacking out in Kelowna on a boat?
We were looking for some Loch Ness monster thing out there, I think. And we brought a bunch of beer, and I don't know. I think we might have saw the monster in the lake, but yeah. Jerry would get in the front of the boat, and I would floor the boat so it would like pick up in the air, and then he'd just spill beer in the air, and I was just trying to drink it from like he was at the bow of the boat, and it was just like splashing me in the face, and we were just like just going as fast as we could. Like everybody else on the boat was scared shitless, dude, but me and Jerry were like, dude, we were having the best time ever, dude. So sick. I don't remember what the monster was out there, but we were hunting for it for sure. We brought so much beer, we were going to drown the damn thing.
Do you remember like passing out and then coming back to in like a different place after the boat?
I don't even know if I ever came back to, man. Like
still recovering.
I'm still
from the boat.
I'm still on that boat.
Well, Jerry says that he blacked out and came back to in an adult video store 20 miles away, back on land.
Oh my god! I don't remember that, but that's pretty awesome.
Oh god! All right,
that could have happened. Yeah, there's some good times in Canada for sure.
Yeah. He knew he shouldn't do it, but he just couldn't help himself. Kennedy touched the stone. He knew he did, and when he was called out, he realized everyone had seen it. Damn it. Inspired by the southern neighbor's government, he decided that attack was the best defense and claimed it was fake news. Said and done. Kennedy denied, and he didn't stop there. Feeling the bald eagle on his shoulder, he told his opponent to fuck off. He felt strong, like he could get away with murder, as he high-fived his teammates. Later that same day, while watching the sports, he realized he couldn't get away with murder after all. He saw what everyone else saw, his greasy little finger touching the stone. He could, of course, continue to deny it and wave his middle finger around, but that wasn't him. He whipped that bald eagle off his shoulder with a maple leaf and called his opponent and said sorry. Who made Kennedy realize he was Canadian after all, and cheating in Olympic curling wasn't the right move? CHPO brand did. The worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches. Always doing it for the people. What's the backstory behind Oververt?
I think a lot of what made Enjoy really rad was that, like, dude, we just took whatever we were all doing at the time and just like somehow marketed it, right? Like Caswell went on some random, I think it was like a Volcom tour or something. And he came home and he's like, you guys ever see a Renegade before? And he like takes a beer can, like puts his thumb through it and like shotguns it that way. And we were like, what the hell is this? So we did an ad, the Renegade. And it was just like how to like do that with a beer can, you know? And like the idea of Oververt was like people, you'd be drinking your beer and you tell somebody like, Oververt. And then they're like, and they'd go Oververt with the beer can and like chug it. So it just like, we were just like, dude, that's a rad name for a video. And then that was it. That was the Oververt video.
Wow. Sick.
And then of course we were like, dude, we got to like film something. We got to find some Oververt spot, you know? And like, that's where we went hunting for these Oververt spots, and Ben was able to skate a couple of them that we had found. It was really sick, man. That was dope. Yeah. We, the Oververt, I think it might be Ben's last trick of the video. It's an Oververt in El Paso, Texas, right? So we left California with it was like me, Thinan, our filmer, and Dan Z. And we're going to drive from California all the way to Texas and go try and get a trick in this Oververt thing, right? Dude, by the time we got to like Arizona, which is only like 9 hours from here, Ben had already lost his phone and lost his wallet. So it was like, we're paying for Ben's food and he's using our phone. then by the time we actually get to Texas, he lost his passport too. So he
Jesus
had absolutely
Christ.
nothing. And then he was freaking out because Texas, there's like border checkpoints. Like it could be just on a highway. There's like these checkpoints where they stop you and like make sure everybody's got a passport or whatever. So Ben's freaking out and he's like, mate, can you just drive me home? I don't want to try this trick. Can you just drive me home or fly me home? And I'm like, Ben, you have no ID. You have no wallet. You have no passport. Like,
You're not
how are you
going
going to
anywhere.
get home? So then he was trying to get me to put him in the trunk because he was scared to get stopped at these border checkpoints, right? He's like, mate,
Jesus.
I don't have a passport. We're going to get stopped and I'm going to go to jail. And he was like freaking out about it, right? And then we go to one and most of them, they just like look in and you just drive right through, right? We go to one and the dude stops me. And he's like, he looks in and he's like, looks around. He's like, you guys all U.S. citizens? And I'm like, yeah, except for this dude in the back. He's like, he's not from here. And the dude shined the light right at Ramers. And Ben was like shaking. He was so scared. The guy just like laughed. I was like, go, just get out of here. You know? And I was like, dude, I'm like, see, Ben, like they're not looking for you, dude. Like you're A-okay.
The fear in that split second was probably crazy.
Oh my God, he was scared shitless. And all I could do was just be like, yeah, this guy. Because if the cop would have like just looked at him, he would have looked sketchy as fuck. Like he was smuggling meth up his ass or something, you know?
You
Like he just
helped him.
looked like he was so scared, dude. Yeah, so I just like cooled off the situation super fast. But we got to the spot and Ben did his trick and yeah, it turned out good. And yeah, that was over. That was the end of it. We came home and edited it right after that.
Legend.
Took him a while to get his passport back, but yeah, he got it.
How did he lose all three? Like they weren't just under a seat or something? Like he would get out of the car and lose everything one at a time?
Dude, and it wasn't like at the exact same time. Like we went skating and he took his phone out of his pocket and then he just like, we left the spot. Then we went out to lunch or something and he took his wallet out and just like, I don't know. He just lost all his shit somehow, dude.
Jesus Christ.
So in your Chrome Ball interview, you got to talking about illegal tricks.
Yep.
Something we love talking about here. Two of the ones you mentioned were pressure flips.
Oh yeah.
And dark slides. And then since then we've seen, Ellington bring back pressure flips looking real steezy over some gaps and whatnot. And your main man Jerry had a cover with a dark slide. So where do you stand on those two nowadays? What's illegal these days? And have those two become legal to you with the legends pulling them off?
Oh, good question, dude. I think when any trick is done right and it looks appealing, then it's legit. Whether it's a dork trick or I don't know about you guys, but I've seen a lot of really gnarly tricks that we could all be like, oh yeah, that was buck, but it looked gross as fuck. You're never going to watch that again. It just, unfortunately, most dork tricks like don't ever look appealing. And that's why they're off to the side, And when I say things like pressure flips, I think of dudes in old New Deal videos or something doing them and they're just scraping the ground and not, like Ellington's doing them and he's popping them somehow. Like it's like he does them right and he does them that look appealing. And that's like where I think that's where you really draw the line of what a dork trick, how it could be legit or not. It's like, does it look cool? Does it look appealing? And both Jerry and Ellington, they're fucking legends and they do their tricks right and they could get away with doing those,
100%.
I guess that's the best way I can describe
So
that.
they're not illegal anymore, as long as the right guy's doing them.
I think they're still pretty illegal. I don't want to see too many other dudes doing them.
That's fair.
Yes, stand your ground.
Someone else who's like that is like Brad Cromer can do like anything and it looks cool. He does like some dork tricks sometimes and you're like, but it's Cromer, so it gets a pass,
Totally, dude. Totally.
I still don't want to see the body varial though, even Brad.
Yeah,
but
he looked good.
Body
man.
barrels are kind of like whatever, but then you see dudes do like spin-offs and some people make them look really good and you're like, damn, that was cool. There are people that could get away with it, even though when you write it down on paper what that trick is doing, it's like when you go to a restaurant, and you're like, you read the menu and you're like, damn, this sounds crazy. But then if they have a photo of it, you're like, oh shit, like that looks tasty. It's like that's how some of those dork tricks are, like on paper. Oh my God, what is happening here? But then you see it and you're like, ooh. So yeah, you're gonna bring up the Maple video, Black Cat. I do the 50-50 tail slide on the rail.
Yeah, you got a couple combos in that video. But that one was the one I was like, that was pretty crazy.
I picked the song that I wanted for the video, but I didn't see I didn't see an edit of it back then. There was no internet back then, so I don't know. You know, I didn't get to see it till the premiere. And we were just skating that thing, and somebody was trying something like real. And I'm like super guilty of like, if anybody's skating, I'm going to try and skate it no matter what. And I think that's where a lot of those tricks come from, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's really weird when somebody would ask me like, oh, did you go to that spot to try that dork trick or whatever? And it's like, dude, no, are you kidding me? Jerry Stu was there trying to like 360 flip, like nose slide that or whatever, you know, and I was just skating it with them. And that's what like, I just skated and was trying that trick, you know, and with that rail in particular, for some strange reason, I want to say it was Charlie Wilkins was trying something on it. And I was just like 50-50ing it and like 50-50 Smith and 50-50, like trying to back 180. I was just like skating it, you know, and then that 50-50 tail slide was in the video. And I was just like just dying inside. Like,
they did you
dude,
dirty.
I wasn't trying to film that. Like, and if I would have saw my part, I would have been like, hey, I was just skating it with Chuck, you know, like I wasn't trying to like do that trick, you know? And that was one of the things, like I did actually give them some other dorky tricks. And I remember Ed Dominic telling me exactly these words. He's like, damn, man, I think you should save that for the tilt mode shit. Right now, like, yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one in particular, like kind of hurt my feelings when it was in the video. Cause I was just like, I was just sessioning it with my teammate, my bro, you know, like, so that one kind of stung a little bit. Cause yeah, I wasn't like proud to do that, dude, at all.
That's
crazy.
a wild one.
The editor got you there.
So getting closer to present day now, give us the origin on Jacuzzi.
I guess I could be kind of a conundrum sometimes because people see this side of me, you know, and it's like, woo, yeah, whatever. We're chill, we're partying, we're doing this, we're doing that. But like the business side of me, I'm very much like transparent and like very black and white with shit, you know, like, because it's a job, it's the business. It's like I have to look after like 12 people that like if we do something wrong, it affects everybody, you know? So with Enjoy, things started to like happen where it was like, payments are late this month. We're not going to be able to pay everybody on the team. They would give me a number and be like, how do we divvy up this money to pay the team riders and stuff, you know? And I would just be like, dude, fuck it. Like, just don't pay me and that'll get more money. And then we could pay these dudes, you know? And over time, I was like, something's happening. I don't know what. They won't tell me. The money is like slowing and slowing and slowing. And they're pushing for like more product and more this and that. And at one point, I told the guys on the team, like, hey, guys, I don't know how much longer this could go on. So if you guys have anywhere you can go, it will always look better if you leave something that's like still active and present. Like you look like you got the upper hand, you're leaving, and like that you help make this thing go bad, you know, it'll like elevate your brand worth. So if anybody has anywhere they can go that's a paying sponsor, I do it. And this was all like, we were already bought by some corpo company. So everything was super weird. We never knew who it was ever really coming from. I was told like at the beginning of the next year, like we're going to get an influx of money from our investor. If this actually happens, no harm, no foul, like you guys could come back. You didn't mess up. I didn't mess up. Like I'm down if it works out. Like if these dudes aren't like fucking lying, and we do get all this money, like I'm down to like bring everybody back. And it was like Deed, Steinen, Zach, Samaria. They were all just like, yep, we're out. They went on, did their own thing. When you put so much into a company, like you kind of get blinded by what's really happening. And it was so much so where I was just like, I don't care about getting paid. Like, I just want this to still be awesome, you know? And you're like, I see now how guys like spend their own money to keep a brand alive. And you're like, dude, what is this guy doing? But you're just so blinded by like the passion, you know? And it was like, that's what was like driving me was like, no, we can't let it die. Like there's so much to this. And right around the corner, like we were working on an AM video with like Tony, Gus, and Connors. And it was like, dude, we're like so close to putting out this AM video. Like this is going to be sick. These guys are going to be so stoked. And I was like blinded by that kind of stuff. It just got to the point where I realized that the guy in charge blatantly just lying to me. When it came down to him wanting me to lie to the team guys, that's when I was just like, I can't do this anymore. It was too much, you know, it was too much. Like I felt my integrity and like my honesty to the guys was way more important than like the brand anymore, you know?
For sure.
So that's when on Valentine's Day, and it's so insane because the day before I hadn't thought about that at all. I didn't know what I was going to do or any of that. And then that morning I woke up and I was like, this is it, dude. I got to just walk, you know? And, we did this high wire tour and it was like a super successful demo tour. Like we were having like hundreds of kids show up at demos again and it was rad. And I was like, dude, this is like happening. And that was over the summer. And we get home from the tour and like somebody from Corpo called and like Jeff Davis, our team manager, was just fired. And that was it. Fuck. And that was what like kind of started it. And then like Bod Boyle like stepped down. He's just like, I can't do this anymore. They're asking like these things of me and like he didn't want to be there anymore and he bailed. So that's why I was like, dude, you guys aren't going to get paid. If there's somewhere to go, just go. Right. Mm-hmm. But during that high wire tour over the summer, me and Jeff had like conjured up ideas of other brands and like how we'd want it to look. So after I had quit Enjoy like Valentine's Day, I called Jeff and I was like, dude, you know, if you want to do this, like, let's go. Like, let's just do it. Let's like, who do we want? Like, where do we go from here? You know? And like, obviously John Delo was like, he was one of the first dudes. I was like, we're bringing John to this thing we're doing, you know? After Jeff got fired, he trademarked Jacuzzi, you know? If you want to do a brand, you got to like trademark it. You got to do it right. Like, cause I'd already seen it done, right? With Enjoy and with this stuff. So the wheels were already in motion with Jeff and he was like, he just needed me to say yes. And then I called up Steve Douglas. It was like, Steve Douglas. I was like, you are the dude. Like, I don't want to be doing this out of my garage. If we're going to start a brand, we got to start a distribution. Let's get our people together and like, let's start something, you know? And it was rad because he had already been talking to like Bod and Bill Weiss. So it just kind of like weirdly, everybody kind of came together and me and Bod just riffing on like, what are we going to call the distribution? And both me and Bod kept going over names and stuff. And then Sidewalk, just like somebody said it. And it was just like, that's the name of our distribution. And I used to have a quarter pipe in my backyard and there was a crack, like a nasty crack in my driveway. And I had bondoed it really shitty. And I just went out there and shot a photo of that. And that was our logo, just like just a bondoed sidewalk crack. And that was it. That's how the whole distribution started. And now $20 million later, here we are. No, I'm just kidding.
That's so sad.
Shit. So, we heard that some of the younger guys asked you how you learned handrail tricks back in the day. Was this a targeted attempt at making you feel old? Because in some interviews you talked about being self-conscious about your age, maybe. Like, what's the story there?
I don't know. Who are you talking to? I still think I'm a better handrail skater than those dudes, man. What do you mean? Where's their resume? Like, what tricks do they got?
I mean, they came to you asking how you learned handrail tricks. So,
dude,
there's some respect there.
We were just throwing wild shit out there, you know? Like, hey, dude, I'm skating with Mark Johnson, you know, and Jerry Sue. Like, they're trying the most phenomenal tricks on handrails. So I got drunk off of it, trying that kind of stuff too, you know? So I think it's like who you surround yourself with, you know, and like seeing what's possible. And when you see guys trying crazy stuff like that, you're just like, oh yeah, that's possible. I think back on that one night, it's in Bag of Suck. We went to this little handrail in North Carolina and like Clark Hassler did fake ollie, switch crooks down it. Then MJ did like 270 lip and Jerry did like pop shove it, like nollie pop shove 5-0 grind down it. And it was just like this psycho session of like everybody just doing like the most insane tricks down that rail. I think Mark didn't land it, but he got close to doing 360 flip nose grinds down it that night. And it was just like, and I want to say, dude, I don't quote me on this one, but I want to say he stopped because the generator ran out of gas or something. And he was just like, all right, let's go. And it was like, fuck, dude, like, this is nuts.
Is it the one that scuba no slid?
I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, everybody, like the whole team, like got tricks on it that night. It was so sick.
Yeah, that rail looks like a skate park rail almost. So sick.
Yeah. I think I switchback lipped it, switched tail slid it, and then switchback smithed it. And then
damn, what a session.
The kickflip back tail slide was like my dream handrail trick. Like, oh, the one that got away, you know? And like, I was like so close to doing it on that rail. And like, never. I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't in my
Switchback
bag.
Smith is crazy though.
Yeah,
It's got to be one of the first Switchback Smiths on a rail, maybe.
that's what people say.
I mean, I don't have that skate knowledge, but
yeah, some people say it was the first.
Safa might be better off at that. Safa, fact check this. Was it the first?
I don't know. Wenning was running the hubbas, not the rails back then.
Yeah, Wenning. So
Yeah,
we got to meet him this summer in real life.
sick. He's actually I skated Tampa Am, and he was the only dude I beat at Tampa Am that year. Like I got like 289th, and he got like 290th, and he didn't even take a
Was
run.
he there?
No, I don't even think he showed up. But I beat him, dude. That's
gonna be the title to this episode. We always pick a title, so you just got yours, man. Wow.
There you go, dude.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
my name in the same sentence as
Wenning?
Brian Winning is like a huge compliment
be
for me,
good.
dude. So
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down for
Switchback
that.
Smith
Cool.
brothers. What's the story behind another Dwindle rider signing one of your boards?
This is a Jack story, dude. Oh man, I'm pretty sure it was at Active Skate Shop in somewhere in LA, but it was like the cream of the crop at the time. Like Active was firing, so like Dwindle had all the heavy hitters at this poster signing, right? Rodney, Day One, like just everybody, right? So it was like about 15 of us. At the very front was like Rodney, and then at the very end it was like Day One on this side of me, and then Mickey Papa on this side of me, right? And it was like psycho how many kids came out. It was all Rodney. Everybody just fucking loved, they loved talking to Rodney, and Rodney's epic, dude. And I see his kid walk through the door, and he has like literally one of my first pro models, like first or second pro model. And I can watch him, and he's like, he keeps like, we keep like glancing, like catching eyes contact, and he's like looking away and shit. And he's like super nervous, and he doesn't get a single thing signed. I'm like kind of watching him, right? Walks right past Rodney, which I was just like, let me put that one up on the wall. Like, yep, this dude doesn't care about Rodney Mullen. He wants to come see me, like I'm all stoked or whatever. And he like comes to me, and he's like super shaky, super nervous. He's like trying to explain like that, like, he saw the tilt mode videos and it changed his life and his perspective on skating. And he was like so stoked. And anytime that something bad would happen or he'd get bummed, he'd watch the tilt mode videos and it would like get him stoked again.
That's
And he's
cool.
like telling me this really rad story of like inspiration and stuff. And then he's like, dude, this board is hanging on my wall. I've got it like when I heard you turn pro, like I bought your board, I hung it on my wall. It's been on my wall for like 15 years or whatever. And he's like, I'll have days where I wake up and I'm not feeling good. And I just look at that board. It just reminds me just to have a good time. And he's just like, dude, will you please sign my board? And he like sets it down, and I like go right here to the nose, and I'm like starting to sign it. And Mickey Papa just like sneaks in. He goes, ha, 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 now it has a Mickey Papa signature on it.
No.
And the kid just crumbled.
God.
Like his face just like gut shot. Like the dude was so bummed.
Yeah.
So bummed. And I was just like, dude, I don't know, man. I think maybe you could get like paint varnish or something and get it off if you want. I like handed it back to him.
Dude, that's actually so sad.
Dude, the dude didn't even acknowledge Day One, just like walked straight out. And it was just like, fuck. Like I'd never met Mickey before that. I don't think I've ever talked to him since that, but I was just like, dang, that was so gnarly. He just sat there and listened to this whole kid's story, dude, and just
thought that was a good move. Fucking hell. That's fucking rough, man. Poor guy. Dude, what's next for Louie Barletta?
Yeah, man, we're gonna make some moves, some big announcements coming up within a new Enjoy team. So yeah, I'm excited. Like, I think the thing that like keeps me in it and keeps me stoked is just still doing things in skateboarding and like helping elevate people and helping people like live their dream. It's rad. I got to live it, and it's awesome to be able to give it back now. So having Enjoy back is like now I get to give back with Jacuzzi and with Enjoy. Yeah.
So I don't know if you can tell us this, but with Enjoy coming back, you got Jacuzzi going. Who are you going to ride for?
It's a great question.
I got to go back to my first love, man. I got to go back to
shit.
Enjoy.
More breaking news, man. More breaking news.
I will keep going back and forth with boards on jacuzzi when it like fits. But yeah, I'm pro for Enjoy, man. It's in here.
That's
but
awesome.
Let's go.
Down the road, you guys are going to start seeing all sorts of people pop up on Enjoy. So yeah, it's how we do it over here.
Excited to see what you guys have in store. Like Dono said, I'll dust off the old Sponsor Me tape.
Yeah, bring Safa back, man. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Give that video to Xander, dude.
Feel the heat from here. Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by the best wheels in the game. Yeah, it's Spitfire. That's right. And they've got some new pro wheels hitting your local as we speak. Don Vanderlinden's new Pro Classics go nicely with that barn burner of a part he dropped on Thrasher. And T-Funk is back with his signature radial fulls in natural 54mm, and of course, some big red 57s. Both in that 97 Duro y'all been clamoring for. Don't sleep on the newest drop and all the classic Spitfires, 93, 97, 99, and 101 Duros in all the shapes and sizes you need. Hit up the Circle, Freeride, So Hip, Hammer in Canada, and Valsurf, The Block, Blacklist, 35th North in the States. All right, Louie. Got one last little section before we get you out of here. You ready for a little rapid fire?
I'm not a very rapid guy.
Okay, favorite skater?
Fuck, Mike Carroll. Like for me, like textbook, this is what a trick should look like. It's Mike Carroll for sure.
Favorite video?
FTC Penal Code.
Favorite video part?
Favorite would probably be Dylan's Gravis part, I think. Like that one for me was always just like
shock the world.
That was my buddy.
Flawless part.
For sure.
Favorite style?
Neil Blinder, I think, for me, had like a really cool style. I like Tony Latham's style a lot too. It just looks like really good. One of my all-time favorites is Nestor Judkins for sure. Like he just looks so steezy. Like I think those would be my style guys. Yeah.
Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
I think honestly, MJ and Jerry. Not because of what they were doing, but because, like I said before, like they'd be trying a trick and I would just be dorking around skating with those guys and like got the tricks that I ended up getting, you know. I guess I think that would have like the most influence on my skateboarding for sure.
Nice. It's an epic squad, man. Most talented skateboarder on planet Earth?
Oh, Caswell Berry, hands down. That dude is like still ripping.
Caswell. That's wicked. That's Bunt alum right there, man. Shout out Caswell, legend.
Oh man,
favorite trick?
Backtails. It just like I like watching them. I like doing them. They feel so sick. You can't fake style when like with backtails. Like you either look sick doing them or you just probably shouldn't do them.
Do you like a nice long backtail or a quick?
Gotta be a good long one, dude. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, something Dono knows nothing about.
Oh man,
I knew some bullshit was coming there.
Dono's got the little jib ones. He can't leave his weight up there for too long. It took a long time to
get those.
Just little dinkers, man.
Yeah, that's it, dude. You don't need to be on there too long. Do a shove and it makes the tail slide a little longer, you know?
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's got the hack.
Tips for the pros, huh?
Yeah, it's fucking brutal, Safa. That's fuckt up, man.
Sorry. I couldn't resist.
Man.
All right. Hardest trick for you?
Saying no to a nice cold beverage.
Yeah, that's a great one. It is fucking hard, man. Most illegal trick?
I think checking your fit before you leave the house.
Really? Bro, you were worried about your Enjoy shirt in the truck.
You're right.
You and Donald are ruffling feathers in these favorites right now.
Yeah.
I'm guilty, dude. I'm guilty.
Yeah. What's the favorite clip you ever gotten?
It's in Bag of Suck, and it's not even the skateboard trick, but you could hear my best friend laughing in the background. And it's like, the dude has been my best friend since we were like 11 years old or something. And it's just like, for him to be a part of this video, it just like, for me, that's my favorite trick. Cause it just reminds me of up until that point, we were already like 20 years deep into skating together, and he's still on the session with like all these heavy hitters, and he's still having fun doing it with me. So for me, that like meant a lot, because I mean, everybody knows Mark Johnson and Jerry, but I mean, they don't know Monty and Warren and like all these other guys that like I just grew up skating with, and they're my go-to guys, so to have that like laugh in it is like everything to me.
That's dope.
What's the worst trend you've been a part of?
Osiris.
Oh, damn.
That's a long trend, yeah.
What's the gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
One of the most shockingest ones was Caswell Berry's Bag of Suck, the 360 flip lip slide on that handrail.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that spot and he was skating the rail, and then Mark Whiteley was setting up flashes, and then Caswell just did it that one time.
Damn.
Like first try, just did it and rolled away. And that was psycho shocking for sure.
Wow.
A moment I can remember of being proud for somebody was like Jose Rojo doing the back tail down that Stanford hubba. And that was like something that he'd wanted for so long. And it was like the first time I ever saw somebody train for a trick. Like he'd go to the skate park and just back tail the hubba over and over and over. So to see him go there and do it, that's like one of those proud moments of like, dude, this guy wanted it,
Yeah, so sick. That's a great two examples right there. What's the one trick that got away?
The one that really got away was the switch backside nose grind revert on a handrail.
Oof.
The part that made it the worst is I've been trying it on rails like here and there whenever we found like a good rail for it. And then we're like in Poland or some shit, and we skated this rail, and it was like me and I think Diego Bucheri and a couple other dudes were skating it. I was getting into it, grinding it, and doing the 180 out, and I landed on one and zipped out, and the ground had like a little bit of like moss on it, and it started to rain, like mist, and the ground became super like slippery.
You're done. Yeah.
I couldn't try it. I think I tried one and like zipped out and landed on my feet and still slid out. Like it was like that, like slippery.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it was the photo got ran as like a fakie 5-0 grind down a handrail. And I was like so bummed. I was so bummed because not only did I not get my trick, but then like the photo got ran and it wasn't even the same fucking trick.
Wow,
dude,
that's crazy.
Like it was terrible. It was terrible. I was so close on that one. I had like landed on it and it was just like,
What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
Yeah. I've seen Gus bunt it quite a few times with girls. Sorry, Gus. I love you, Gus, but it's happened.
Wow, unexpected shots fired. Loved it. What's the last new trick you learned?
We got the mini ramp in the backyard, so it's like, I think last one I did was like the half cab wrong way front blunt slide and then pop in fakie.
Wow.
But, yeah, it's hard to explain. Probably looks that's one of those ones you write it down and it sounds really, really gross. But it felt good doing it, so I'll take that.
Which way are you sliding?
Like a front blunt.
Okay, wow. Dream job after skating?
Brand managing and joy.
Favorite local brand?
Since I live close to San Francisco, does Grimple Sticks count?
Hell sure. Yeah.
All right, yeah, Grimple Sticks then.
Favorite local skater?
I think Mark Suchu. Does he still live around here? Yeah, I'm going to say Mark. Mark's my favorite.
Crazy.
Sick. Can't go wrong. What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
I have Osiris regrets. Does that count? When I signed my contract for my shoe, they would give signing bonuses. And like a moron, I was like, for my signing bonus, I want a Raven. Like, I don't know why I was like obsessed with Ravens. So I was like, yeah, I want a bird, like just this pet raven, and I'm going to teach it to talk, and he's going to go out skate. He's going to go out skating with us. And like, I had this wackadoodle idea about this stupid raven. So in my shoe contract, I was like, yep, I'll get a shoe, but I want a raven. And then Osiris got out of it because those birds are illegal to have as pets in California. So like, they didn't have to give me shit. And I heard they were giving other dudes like down payments on houses and like cars. And I'm like, what the I was like, what was I thinking, dude?
Oh my god.
That was an Osiris regret
Christ,
for
a
sure.
fucking Raven,
That's
Louie.
gnarly.
Dude, but they're like this big, and it'd be
No,
cool if he
man.
was just like if he was here right now, you guys, are you kidding me? You guys be like, oh yeah, what's up with your bird? And
Yeah,
I'd be
but
like,
if you
I
were
got that
sitting-
when I got my first Osiris shoe.
But if we were doing this and you were in a house and I got this for my first Osiris shoe, that would be equally impressive.
Okay, well, yeah. So that's one Osiris regret. And then my second Osiris regret would probably be that, you know, I was out filming with Shawkus and Mark Nichols for the Storm video. I was super bummed when the video came out, and I didn't have any tricks in it at all. And so for a lot of years, I regretted not being in the video. And then as time progressed, like, I was stoked that I wasn't in the Osiris video, you know, like it went through that weird phase, right?
Mhm.
And then now, though, looking back, I have regrets again. Like, I wish I had made it into the Storm video, like at least one trick, you know?
That's fun.
Yeah, that's like a classic now, but I know what you mean. It was like
Yeah.
super
For
cool,
real.
and then it was kind of mocked, and then now it's like super cool again.
Totally. Wish I would have just slid right in. All jokes aside, I had a great time on Osiris. Those guys, Dune, Dylan, Jerry. It was awesome hanging out with those dudes, traveling the world. It was sick.
Yeah,
That's dope.
pretty epic crew too. That like was kind of all over the place, but it worked. Lil B,
Yeah, for sure.
Lil B and Dylan Reader on the same team is fucking crazy. So sick. And you and Jerry, like what?
It was great, dude. Ollie Bulala, like, dude,
Yeah.
it was dope.
Butcher.
Rat
Fa-
Tray.
Yeah.
Oh,
Favorite teammate ever.
Jerry for sure.
Let's go.
I'm a
1-2
little
punch.
biased, but yeah, Jer. Yeah, Jer.
Hell yeah. Worst teammate ever.
Justin Bokma was driving us around, right? Chris Cole
Legend.
happened to be on Enjoy at the time. We're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where in Canada, but there was like a 20 or 30 minute drive in the country to go to this bar that had a pool table. So we were like, we're going to go play pool. Chris Cole wanted to go like 10 or 15 minutes the opposite direction because he wanted candy, right? Bokma's like, all right, whatever. Fuck. Drove 15, 20 minutes out of the way to stop at some gas station so he can get candy. Chris gets out. Bokma's driving. He turns around. He goes, anybody else want any candy? And we were all just like, no. And he's like, then shut the fucking door. And he shut the door and he just took off. The next morning I woke up, Chris Cole was gone, and he was
damn.
on zero like a week later or something. But yeah, that was like pretty gnarly one, dude, that I personally had nothing to do with. But yeah, that was
Dude.
gnarly. Like I after that, everybody in the van learned, like, don't be the one dude who wants to do something out of like what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Then straight to zero. Shout out Bokma.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mega
for
legend.
sure. Dude,
Rest in peace.
absolute legend. Yeah.
That's
Love Justin. He was great.
yeah, that's a wicked
T
one.
dot legend.
Worst company.
Skechers. Because they came back and they
on.
didn't even ask me to ride from again,
Oh,
man.
okay,
Dude.
Okay.
shit.
Now I get
What
it.
the
Now
hell,
I get
man?
it. Yeah,
Whatever, dude.
that's
Yeah, they
fair.
should be giving you a blank check, man. You fucking OG.
For real, man.
A new house fucking signing bonus too, man. Come on,
Dude,
Skechers.
for real, man. I'm not going to go for the
Shit.
Raven this time. I'm going for a house. Damn it.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson.
Worst trend.
Man, for me, I think it was the big pants, small wheels era. I think I was guilty of holding on to it a little too long.
Hell yeah,
I see
cool.
some clips in those old Maple video and just like, oof.
It was over, but you were like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Worst style.
That Burberry dude who was like, I don't know, looked like he dressed out of the Hot Topic or something. Not that I'm like super fashionista guy, but I wasn't really that stoked on that. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's a great dude.
I never followed what he was about or anything. Just saw some clips and was always
No.
confused as to what I was seeing. But
I mean, maybe he's out there still having fun, and if it is, like, then I'm sorry, dude. Good on you, but that for me, I wasn't that stoked on that look.
all right, Louie. Last but not least, who's the last
Oh
person
man, okay.
you want on the sesh?
I mean, there was like a era of Davey Gonzalez that was pretty gnarly. Like, you'd be trying to skate and he'd have his like guitar and he's just like just doing sweet licks, you know? Which, looking back on it, like that's pretty sick. He's just got his like electric guitar and amp, and he's just like, you're like, when you're trying to skate, that's like, it's one thing to have a dog running around or a raven flying around saying people's names and shit, but like the fucking guitar one was like kind of gnarly,
Yeah,
that's
like,
incredible.
Man, I'm trying to concentrate, and this dude's over here with a headband at the bottom of the thing, just like just living his best life,
shit.
I love the dude, and like, dude, that dude is a fucking phenomenal skateboarder, but that was like a little crazy. I couldn't get down with that one.
That's fucking insane. And I agree. That would be tough.
Shouts to the Sodi.
Yep.
Yeah, man, Sodi. And I was there during a lot of that shit, and that was wild. Like, he was possessed, and dude, he was ripping. Yeah, it was crazy to see that.
Hell yeah.
All right, Louie, that's it, man. That was great. Thank you so much for coming by the show.
I'm sure everybody who rode for Joy is like, oh, great, this story again.
Hey, we love it. First time for us. I'm sure our listeners appreciate it. So thank you.
Rad. Thank you, dudes.
You've got mail.
Welcome back to the post office, brought to you by our good friends over at Dickey's Skateboarding. Quality workwear since 1922. From the work site to the streets. Ain't nobody keep you fitted like Dickey's, man. All right, Ghost. Inbox is flooded. Who we got up first?
All right, first up, we got a post office regular, TJ Knapp. All right, yo, what's up, Bump Boys? It's your man's Gabe. Gabe Owners, what?
What?
This is TJ. I'm confused. Coming
You got you good.
to you
bro.
fresh off.
Say that again.
Say
Gabe Owners again.
No, I got it now. Yeah, he saved me because his name's in the email, so I know why you dropping a second fake name. You dig? You almost had me. Fresh off the Xander cast, so stoked for another banging season. Maybe the joke names make a comeback. Oh, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to inspire the people to fucking try and get us. I don't mind them though. They're fun. Big Rundown fan, and I'd like to poke Donald's brain about the UFC and request a UFC minute when there's a lot of big fights in the mix. That new Paramount deal set in, and we're getting screwed up north still, ruining laptops with streams and dropping PPV bucks. Where are you at in the mix, Dono? Max versus Charles, fighting nerd against a highly active what?
Reiner de Ritter. It's the last name.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was trying to get me again. Ritter. I love that word. What about the British and the eye pokes? Give me some thoughts and predictions, player. Bonus question. What's the gas station snack order on the road trip in the van? Much love, boys. Thanks for doing the damn thing season after season. Sorry about Gabe Owners. Length in the post office safe. All right.
Legend from Bowmanville. Yeah, dude, I love the UFC, man. I watch every fight. Safa not as into it. Sucks. I thought we were getting the Paramount deal, but clearly that doesn't work up here in Canada. So we still have to pay $90 per pay-per-view or stream it illegally. Some bullshit. I thought we were free, but obviously that's for America only. Max versus Charles. I gotta say, I hope Charles wins. Always been Du Bronx fan. Fan of the Fighting Nerds, so I'll go with them. British and the eye pokes. I've never been a fan of Tom Aspinall, but clearly he got done dirty. 2 thumbs in both eyes, or whatever it was, knuckle deep. The guy's had multiple surgeries on his eyes now, and now they asked him to hand over his heavyweight belt. It's truly a sad story about Tom Aspinall. Like, not much left to say about that. But Gaethje versus Pimblett was probably the best fight I've seen in a long time. 5 rounds of pain. Pimblett also taking an eye poke, but that's fighting, I guess, man. But congrats to Gaethje. Got himself a belt. Gas station snack. Bro, do we really buy snacks from the gas station?
I'm a Snickers guy if I am gonna get one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're like the one that comes to mind is Starbucks popcorn. That's what you always snacking on, dude.
Yeah, that's a newer one, but that's not a gas station. But that's
Yeah,
a Starbucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I try not to buy anything. Maybe some peanuts or something, man. Or beef jerky is the most elite gas station snack, I guess.
The other one is blue collar shit, man.
The jerky,
beef
man.
jerky for the people.
Fuck. All right. Next up, we've got a voice note from George Tracewell. Let's take a listen.
Nah, she's gonna pop off when we get back to the crib. You diggy? What up, the Bunt? It's Greggy. I'm staying out here in Fiji for 2 years with the Peace Corps, living in a small village in the forest. It's cool, but no skateboarding, so I appreciate y'all keeping me updated on the world I know and love, skateboarding, American sports, stuff like that. It means a lot to me right now. Anyways, my question is this. If you had to finish your Bunt video part or film an entire new part with only one filmer, only in their city and only with their crew, who, where are you choosing? Let me know. I'm going Gustav in Barcelona. So that one's taken. Now you can choose it too. Anyways, appreciate you boys. Peace.
That's epic. Epic. We can think about this long and hard all we want, but immediately 2 squads came to mind. But I'm going to choose one because that's the name of the game. I don't want to take Safas. But I'm going back to Australia. I'm going with Digby in the squad. And that's where we filming a part, man. Brand new spots everywhere. We got Jeff behind the lens. It's an easy answer.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think you were going there. I was going there for sure, but I had a backup. Fuck, I really wanted Australia because I didn't get a fair shake last time. I was fucking basically hurt the whole time. Let me go to San Diego with the Skate Mafia squad. Yeah, I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
Turning up. Wes Kramer. I'm just going back to 10, 15 years ago when I was just watching Skate Mafia Saturdays religiously, and those sessions just seemed like the best vibe. So that's my answer. Thanks, George.
Or I'm going to
fun
Florida with the Andrew
note.
squad, I think, man.
Yeah.
They stay active down there.
That would be dope. That'd be dope for sure. But really, we're just going to wherever we're going next with the Bunt crew. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next up, we got a voice note from the Santa Maria Bunt hole, Benjamin Cabriana. Let's take a listen.
Yo, what's up, boys? It's Ben Cabriana calling once again from Santa Maria, California. First off, Safa, thank you so much for letting me know that the Ghost Resurrection video no longer exists. Damn. Looks like that one's a wrap. But thank you for at least reaching out and letting me know that it is no more, instead of just leaving me on red and just wondering what if it still exists. Now, I do have to... Got a couple questions for you guys. Now, I just watched that Sibo Walker part, and, I know you guys have given him a lot of praise for his talents on a skateboard, but you're not so much down for his trick selection. And, this one looked pretty clean for his standards. There's a varial flip thrown in there, which I'm down for. The no comply flip wall ride, I thought was really sick. I think the no comply flip is really sick. I don't know if this part is the one that gives you the Bunt seal of approval, but does this part kind of change your mind about Sibo Walker? I personally thought the part was really sick, so curious as to what you guys thought about it. So stoked that you guys are back. You make UPS driving so much more enjoyable now that you guys are back. Looking forward to what you guys have next. Thanks a lot, guys. Still.
Okay. Sebo Walker.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you watch the part?
No.
Or were you saying the voice note was awesome, or his new part?
The voice note was awesome. Shout out
Oh.
Ben, man. Coming in with some fucking energy. Hitting Safa's main quotes. Looking for the video. That's a man. That's a real bunt hole right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Shout out Ben. Being a real one. I didn't watch Sebo's Walker's new part, so I can't speak on it.
Yeah, I did. I think it came out maybe a couple of weeks ago now, so it's not fresh in my mind. But it's funny you sent this voice note because I actually was thinking exactly what you're saying. He definitely toned down the not so choice tricks. It was pretty damn clean start to finish, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's all I gotta say about that. So shouts to Sebo's new part, and thanks for the voice note.
All right, next up, we've got an email from David Glass. Hey, Safa and Donovan. I asked a version of this question last season, but thought I could have worded it better. I spent some time in LA a year and a bit ago, and as a skate fan, the city's historic role in the industry was in the back of my mind throughout the trip. When you guys have gone and skated there, did you get a feeling something like you'd imagine pro athletes feel when playing in Madison Square Garden or Lambeau Field? Or did it just feel like skating anywhere else despite the spots in the history? Love the pod, Dave. P.S. The guy saying, can feel the heat from here at the beginning of Rapid Fire's voice sounds a lot like Justin Trudeau. That's funny, man. Los Angeles. Fuck. You know, I've had a love-hate relationship with LA. The first trip I went to LA, I didn't really like the city to skate as much, and now I've gone back I think 2 or 3 times with Safa, and I've really enjoyed my time there, but I've never gotten that like historic feeling much like I did when we went to Mokba in Barcelona. That was one where it felt like I showed up at like, this is a very historic spot. It felt like turning the corner off La Ramblas, going down that alley, and being at Mokba, you're just in awe of like everything that's happened at this one spot. But I didn't get that in LA. Maybe if I went to like a certain spot in LA, I would feel that, but I just haven't yet, so no.
Didn't we go look at the like Arto Heath spot that one time? One of the last times we were there, downtown.
What spot is
like,
that?
You know, where Arto does lip slide, then lip slide, or like
oh yeah,
slide.
the big sets. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we did. We were driving by and we got out of the car, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't our first trip. I actually don't really remember my first time in LA, because the first time I went to California, I went to San Diego, and it wasn't like, it didn't get hit with like that, oh shit, there's Hollywood High and shit. So
Yeah.
sorry, we don't have a great answer, but over time,
Well,
like, I've
where's
seen
the
more
spot
and
that
more of
you
the
did
famous
feel like
spots,
that?
and it's always cool.
Is there like a certain spot? Because he's comparing it to like Lambeau and Madison Square Garden. It's like one arena, not like a city with 100 spots. But like, what's one spot where you felt like an aura?
Oh, you know what? It was my second time going to California, and it was San Francisco. And I think I've told you this before, just like seeing those San Francisco spots in the hills, like the double set on the hill behind the tortoise. Holy shit. This Janowski switch flip. I got it there. Like a lot of the spots there were just so much gnarlier than I pictured and way harder to skate. So I'd say San Francisco is kind of like more so that than LA.
What about Love? Did you feel it at Love?
No, not really. It wasn't like, I don't think it was really skatable when I went. We just kind of walked through, and a lot of it was different from like the reason and stuff. It wasn't the same layout. I think the planners might have been there and stuff by then, so it didn't have the same like epic feeling when I went there. It was crazy to look at the 4, how long it is. But yeah, that is, it's
SF
funny.
makes
I'm
sense.
having troubles thinking of spots, but I have had that feeling before. It's a cool, I love the skate history feeling, like just looking at famous spots for sure. New York, when you go check like the
But what spot?
Black Marble Hubba,
Oh, the
and the
courthouse?
courthouse is right across the street and stuff. That's a nice 1-2 punch. Eggs. Boston. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got an email from Count Hacula. Rapid fire on yourselves. What up, though? I'm new to being a bunt hole, but I've already listened to like 100 episodes, and I love the format so far. So 100 in. Hopefully, it's not changing. So, couple questions. First, what's with Seifa wearing a tuxedo at the PSL draft? Then, rapid fire with the ghost is sick, but do you guys ever answer those questions yourselves on the pod? If not, please do that. Finally, are you going to come back to Detroit with another bunt jam? If yes, do you know when? And if it's still at Bishop? Thanks for all you do. Man, I knew he was from Detroit when he said what up, though, just because of our Jalen Rose days.
Jalen.
Quick story with the tuxedo. Before going down there, Mike Mo, me and Malto kept going back and forth. Mike Mo wanted to do suits, and then he didn't. Or I don't even think it was him. It might have been Ira, but the idea went back and forth a few times. Then, like, the day before, Mike Mo's like, all right, fuck the suits. But then Malto picked me up, and he was wearing a suit because he had to wear a suit at a breakfast meeting he had. So he just happened to be in a suit that morning. He had a change of clothes, and then I was like, fuck, you're wearing a suit? I thought we weren't wearing suits. And then Atiba just heard the conversation, went into his room, and pulled out that tiny-ass tuxedo suit that I could barely fit into. So I was like, all right, like, I'll put this on. And then Mike Mo had no suit, so that's why we were mismatched. And it was, yeah, I wish I looked like a fucking fool, and I was walking around the Red Bull offices, like, in fucking pants I could barely even put on. It was quite embarrassing, but that's that story. Rapid fire, I think we've done it here and there, a couple questions. We could do a couple questions. All right, Don, I'll hit you with a 2-piece, and then you can hit me with a 2-piece. Hardest trick for you?
Switch tray. Or hard flip. Or backsmith.
But you had hard
Actually,
flips when we were kids. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good 3-piece.
Yeah. What's the one trick that got away?
Fakey cab 7-Eleven, man. Landed on that multiple times. For you?
It's still there.
Worst teammate ever.
Oh, fuck. The hell was I even on? I'll go with Chad Dixon, because he keeps productivity at an all-time low, because he drags you in as his drinking partner. I mean, I probably did it to him too, but that's a cop-out. I can't think of anything good, but
Dude, cop
me
out
and Chad.
on his own question.
Probably, it's hard on the spot. And I was
biggest
never on
bunt
any
you've
fucking
ever
teams
witnessed.
for real. That's gotta be Richmond. Our boy Richmond from back in the day, when he tried, I think it was Nollie Big Spin Commerce 7, and like every time he bailed, he would be in the air like this. Remember that? He would, like, just jumping down the shit backwards, like fucking. Or was it his feet? He did like either his hands or feet would like fucking, like he was riding a bicycle. Yeah. Yeah.
What a legend.
OG shit.
And then 2 quick ones. The Bunt Jam is not going back to Detroit, unfortunately. We would love to do it there again, but we got to take the Bunt Barbecue on the road and hit 2 new cities this spring, summer. So stay tuned for that news. Those are the Bunt Barbecues. The Bunt Jam is coming back this summer in a big motherfucking way, in like the biggest way possible. Like to the land where it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know when we're
so
gonna,
hop on the
release
401
that news. Like,
come.
basically, me and Seifa just have to decide off air when to say it. But the Bunt Jam's coming back. Y'all know where it's coming back to. So book your tickets, get your gas up the car, do whatever you got to do because you ain't missing this one, man.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right, next up, we've got an email from Terrence Gibson. I know y'all have done a ton of interviews throughout the years, but if you could only do one more and could pick anyone, who would it be? Bonus question, if the first one sucked. If you could interview someone outside of skating, who would it be? Thanks again for all the work you guys put in. Best skate media on the market. Terrence Gibson, owner at Phase 1 Skate Shop. That's what's up. Love a skate shop owner. What is it? Pick one person outside of skating? Oh, no. The first one is anyone in skating. Who would I interview? Anyone in skating? It's a good question. Rob Welsh, man.
Oh, yeah, your boy. Mine was Arto for the longest time. Shout out to Arto for finally coming on. Let's go with one more. Let's just go with Ryan Sheckler. That'd be dope.
Dude,
why not?
I like that. That's wicked.
Sheck Daddy.
That's fucking wicked. And then someone outside of skating. Who would it be?
Fuck, dude. I'd love to interview. Easy answer was Kobe, if that was possible. Would be a dream. But I'll go with Jalen Rose and David Jacoby, the tandem. Just not even an interview, just talking sports with those guys for like 45 minutes would be a dream.
That's really cool. I'm gonna go with Michael Rappaport. Crazy bastard on here. Get canceled.
That fool's so cooked.
He's crazy. I'm watching him on Traders right now, and he's going absolutely fucking nuts, man. Dude, let's bang this one more. We got one more voice note.
Bro, I saw him on Traders. I was trying not to watch, but it was just like happening in my vicinity, and he's so annoying
he's
still.
Crazy, bro.
He hasn't changed one bit.
Yeah, you can't help himself.
All right.
No.
Okay. Last one, we got one more voice note from Peter Morris. Let's take a listen.
What's up, guys? Glad you're back. I was just wondering if you have a clip that you were really proud that you got, but you hate the outfit you were wearing. And if so, can you please play the clip with the forbidden fit? All right. Thanks, guys. Love what you do. Peace.
Wow, bro. 19 seconds. Peter Morris, that's my kind of voice note.
What a good question, too.
Yeah, fuck. I gotta quickly look at some footage. You got one off top?
Dude, you could pick any one of yours, bro. What are you talking about? Your fucking skinny crew jeans on. We could pick anything from back in the day.
Fucking,
because
your Jamaican see-through bullshit shirts. Fuck out of here.
Yo, I never filmed with that. Yo, there's nothing wrong with mesh t-shirts, yo. It's just you and Mason hopped on this hate bandwagon, and like low-key, I know Mason just wants to rock it. That's his fucking problem.
Bro, you're talking about my skinny jeans. Don't make me pull up your clips in that damn fucking.
I'm gonna
for
say
Cadence back in the day.
Skinny jean
with the spray on.
Oh, those ones were tight.
Crazy, bro. This guy's talking about skinnier. I couldn't even put those pants on.
Yeah. Oh, don't even start, dude. It went from extra baggy to super tight to now just like relaxed in the middle vibes. I mean, it's got to be a clip that I like. It's probably Switch Flip over St. Dennis. I'm in some skinny jeans too, man, and a stupid beanie. Fuck, they all suck. All the kits suck back then, bro. There's not one good one.
Yeah, fuck. Honestly, this one's pretty dusty. I had a Red Star shirt that was just like a massive bottle cap. That was just such an aggressive logo tee that I did a switchback tail. and an Ollie nose, and damn, I had it for 2 clips. So we'll run that. Donald's spray on switch flip and my switchback tail and Ollie nose.
Yo, I did a line at LA Courthouse on my first trip to LA, and I did. I don't remember how it went. It was either like front blunt, and then it's a nice clean nose grind pop out, and then nollie 180 flip. But I have no shirt on. I have like big Nike slushy pants, no socks, and yellow slip-on Vans half gas. Just ruined the whole clip.
Wow.
So I don't know if that one's findable, but that's like the worst kit I've ever worn. No shirt.
I knew you were gonna do no one right off the top with your crazy ass.
Someone said that to me a long time ago about like, yo, you can't have clips with no shirt on. And I was like, that actually makes so much sense. Like, don't film clips shirtless. It's so shit. Like, put a shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done that. And tell that to Antoine Dixon, though. Good luck with that.
He's got a tattoo t-shirt, bro.
True.
All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up the post office for this week. Get your emails, voice notes, video notes into the buntlive@gmail.com. We'll see y'all next week here. Welcome back to the Rundown, the Skateboard World source for sports. Ghost, I think we mentioned it last week, but a good friend of ours, 6-year-old, has this running debate that he would select Sidney Crosby in current form over Connor McDavid to start his franchise. Obviously, a little bit insane, seeing as the age of Sidney Crosby versus McDavid. Obviously, if they were both in their prime, easy answer. They're both at the Olympics right now, playing for the greatest team ever put together, Canada's 2026 Olympic team. Connor McDavid has 9 points in 3 games, clearly leading the way for Team Canada. He's got the young stud Macklin Celebrini right beside him, leading the tournament with 4 goals in 3 games at 19 years old, the youngest guy in the tournament. Sidney Crosby holding down the third line. He's doing his thing, as important as ever. But it's just not a debate right now. Connor McDavid is the obvious answer. You watch him play, he's light years ahead of most people out there. Heading into the quarterfinals, Canada and US on a collision course to meet once again. But we haven't even started the quarterfinals yet. And like you know, in one game elimination, anything can happen. So eagerly awaiting what's going to happen. The NBA, they just did their all-star game. The slam dunk, an absolute travesty. They might need to remove this in years to come because you got guys just straight up dunking now. One guy just like thought he was doing a long dunk, but it was literally just like a mediocre dunk. One guy tried to bounce it off the backboard, ended up landing on his ass, probably concussed, then did a 360 dunk to make up for it. But the actual All-Star game was great. They did a new format, clearly to try and combat what the NHL has going with the 4 nations. They've got this new US versus the world vibe going, and it was actually competitive, which is good. But 2 of the rising stars in the NBA on the same team, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards. You're starting a franchise tomorrow. Who are you taking?
Wow, that's so tough. Cade's fucking, I think he's top 5 in assists per game. Not the scorer Ant is, but gets the job done. Fuck, that's tough. Like, the obvious answer is Ant, but in 5 years, I could see Cade just being a better, more well-rounded player when it's all said and done. Who has the better career? Fuck, that's a really good one. I'll just go with Ant for now, but it's like a 1A, 1B. But I'll take Ant for now. Seeing what he did to the Lakers last year, whew, that was epic.
So you got Ant. Would you be willing to trade him for, say, Cooper Flag?
That's so tough too, because he's just scratching the surface. He's been averaging like 30 something for the last couple of weeks, I want to say. Came out the gates a little, to be expected, not slow, but like just took a sec to, catch up to NBA speed, and now he just looks like a fucking absolute machine. He's got more upside than Ant, so I would trade him for Ant.
Woo-hoo! I didn't see that coming. So then would you stick with Cooper Flag, or would you go with someone with the basketball IQ of Tyrese Halliburton?
Flag all day.
Okay,
he's fucking, how tall is he again? He's massive. Yeah.
All right, let's mix in Jokic. Would you be willing to trade him a little bit older, but you know what you get out of him?
No, I would. Well, let's just say for 1 year, because obviously it's like the Crosby McDavid thing. Of course, you're going to take Flag rest of his career versus Jokic.
Yeah,
but
you got to win a championship this year. Who are you taking?
This year? Oh,
Flag
Jokic.
Or Jokic.
It ends there, because that's my number one player in the NBA right now. If we're going to Jokic already, it's Jokic.
Okay, so then what about if it's for the future, for 10 years?
Flag or Jokic?
Yeah.
I think you got to take Flag.
Okay, so then Flag or SGA?
For the next 10 years or for
10 years?
Wow, that's tough. I'm going to go with the more proven commodity. I'm going to go, because SGA is younger than Jokic. I think Jokic is 30 now. SGA maybe 26, 27, I think, range. Mm-hmm. And the way he takes care of his body and all that, he's one of those super hardworking guys. I think he's got 10 years of being elite left. He did say he's going to walk away before he starts getting worse. He's one of those psychos. He's like, if I'm not improving, I'm done. He's easy to say now in his prime. We'll see. I don't think he's just going to hang him up at like 33 because he feels he loses a tenth of a step. But I'll take SGA there.
So then, what about Luka? Easy answer, sticking with SGA?
Yeah. Luka's just amazing, but his performance in the finals was pretty embarrassing.
And Luka?
Oh. Wow. That's a fucking crazy one. Bro, I might be stupid and maybe Flag ends up busting, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. I would take Flag. He plays defense, man. Luka is just one-sided as fuck.
So Flag is right up there. He's at the 2 spot for future holds underneath SGA. If it's a 1 year win, you want Jokic. So let's put up this next contender at the 1 year mark against Jokic and the 10 year mark against SGA. Where's Wemby going? Where's he land on this list?
That's what I was hoping you were going to bring up. That's the toughest one because he's young enough that Wemby or Flag is like crazy. Who do you want? Wemby's upside, I think, is the highest of anyone in the NBA, but it's the injury fear factor risky with him.
He could get hurt.
He played
just
45 games last year. Yeah, exactly. That's a really tough one, and I don't even want to answer that. But so wait, what was it? One year, him or Jokic?
Well, 1 year you said you're taking Jokic over anyone.
Yeah. So
and then 10 years,
Jokic
it's like
Wemby.
an SGA Flag mix.
Wemby too. Throw Wemby in there too for 10 years.
It's a 3-piece.
Yeah, depending on the day.
Wrong.
But Flag, it's just tough. It's so early. Wemby, if you guarantee me 10 years of health, I'll take Wemby.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was fun. Yeah. Moving back to the NFL just for a second, the Miami Dolphins seem to be clearing house. Bradley Chubb's gone. They just released Tyreek Hill for obvious reasons. Who knows when and if and what he's going to look like when he comes back from the gruesome injury. Is Tua next? And why wouldn't they release Tua at this point?
I think he's guaranteed $54 million. I think, for next year regardless. So maybe they run it back one more time. But if you're starting to clear house, just get all that bad smell out the building, man. I don't know financially. I haven't looked into that, what the best thing for them to do is financially. But I think they need a full reset, man. They're not going to be good next year. But then it's like, you get rid of Tua. Do they go grab some, like a Kirk Cousins? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just better to just...
Kirk's a better quarterback than Tua.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
There's no Super Bowl aspirations there with getting rid of Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill. Like, it's just... Yeah.
Where does Tyreek end up?
Damn, I haven't thought about that yet. A lot of people are saying, like, go back to KC, reunion.
I don't think that makes sense. You got to wait and see what he even looks like when he comes back, man, because that was gruesome. He's getting older. He's built off of speed. Yeah, he needs a quarterback with a deep ball on him. Yeah, it's a wait and see. I wouldn't even touch him, to be honest with you. It's too risky. You don't know what he's going to look like.
Same. If you can sign him for some sort of like vet minimum or something, I think it's probably worth a flyer. But yeah,
like a bonus laden contract. It's just all bonuses, yards, touchdowns, receptions, games played. You make your money when you play the games. The Buffalo Bills, clearly in the market for a wide receiver. Someone spreading Justin Jefferson rumors.
Oh, hell no. Nah, my boy.
I think it's going to happen. From what I'm hearing, it's going to happen.
What? What are you hearing?
Give them whatever they want.
Who you got?
Well, I'm just hearing the one rumor, and it got me excited. If Justin Jefferson leaves Minnesota, and at this point I think he should, you can't risk wasting another 2-3 years. He wants to win next year. Where does Justin Jefferson land with the best shot to win next year?
Damn. You know, it would be fucking epic if he went to... I don't know why I'm saying this, but I feel like him on the Chargers would be sick. I love watching Jefferson run routes. Go with an elite thrower of the football. And I feel like he would have a monster year.
Hold on. Justin Herbert's an elite thrower of the football?
Yeah. You don't think so?
I mean, I think I can... How many quarterbacks can you name better than Justin Jefferson is the next, I guess, exercise we're going to do here. What did I call
that?
That
was just off the top. Let me just look at the standings while I actually can like picture some other teams he could go to. Seahawks, no. Broncos, not exciting. New England, they're desperate for a stud receiver. Houston, fuck no. Rams, don't need him. Bills, definitely could use him.
Yep.
Chargers still jumping out at me. Fucking man, the Vikings just should have kept Darnold, man. They had a good thing going there. Man, I'm not seeing a lot of other places that like are short one stud ass receiver that have a fun enough quarterback. Imagine that you reunited with fucking do a T. Higgins Jefferson swap, get the LSU Tigers back together. Bro, the Chiefs, Rashee Rice is in some legal trouble, man. They might have to dust him and get JJ in there.
That ain't even...
I don't know what do you think? You're hating on my Chargers suggestion. Where do you want to see
for him? This? There might be a little bit of a log jam here. But I say he finds a home in Jacksonville.
You ready for this?
He goes to Jacksonville and he links up with the prince who was promised. Or I have another theory. And this is a quarterback who, as a rookie, lit the world on fire. Nobody expected it. Blew the doors off of everyone. Comes out sophomore slump, battles some injury. But you head to Washington. And you link up with Jaden Daniels. Could be magic. Other than that, like, yeah, you send them to Baltimore, Buffalo. All those places could obviously use, anybody in the league could use Justin Jefferson. But I like those two. Even Green
Not
Bay.
Baltimore, though.
Cool. We could really see.
No, I hate Green Bay too for receiver. I hate Baltimore and Green Bay for receivers, and that's like a fantasy thing.
Yeah.
But JJ is one of those guys who's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I want to see someone go where he's gonna have insane numbers and like live up to his potential.
Yeah, you want to see the unition. Is that a word? The uniting of Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Like, I want to see him go somewhere where he's the obvious threat, and he's gonna get 14 targets.
Bro, I'm telling you, Herbert, man, could
Washington.
fucking
The
do that for him. Washington would be sick. Unition. Let's
Washington
go.
would be great. Fucking hell. My brain ain't working, man. All right. PSL
one quick shout out.
Week 2. Okay, go. Before we I just want to do the quick PSL predictions for week 2.
Okay, let's finish with that. But quick shout out. I just wanted to shout out Damian Lillard, who hasn't played a minute of NBA basketball this year. And it was really cool to see him do the 3-point contest and win that shit. He won his third one, which is tied with, I think, 2 other people for the most. So shout out to Dame Dollar.
Shout out Jason Capono. Won that shit as a Raptor. Remember that? Flamethrower?
Hell yeah.
Fucking legend. Just tell me what's going on with the Raptors right now, man. They got 2 All-Stars, Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes. Are we a threat to win a playoff round?
Bro, I think, was it not last week I said this is the most excited I've been to watch them in the playoffs since 2020. Since defending the title and that unfortunate Game 7 loss, I felt like we've been going nowhere fast, and we always say in Toronto, in Masai we trust. But that trust went out the window a couple years ago when it was like, what the fuck is the plan here? And bro, this new coach, I guess it's his second year coaching, second or third, I can't remember. But he's beasting. He's got the young guys buying into the system. And they just present a balanced attack, and I fucking love it. Right now we're 5th, but we're only back fucking 3.5 games from the 2 seed, man. So right in the thick of things. It's one of those. I mean, I'm sure you heard Wendy say the other day he's got 5 teams that could come out of the East, and he wouldn't be surprised. He had the Raptors just outside of that. He has Philly above them, which is fair. But man, we could win a playoff series. Who the fuck knows, man? If we can get up to like,
that would be great.
I think if we can get up into the top 4 and have a team come to Toronto, shouts the Raps.
BI and Scotty Barnes, man. What a duo. Obviously, we're just a little thin outside of those two. We got guys, we got role players, but we need an impact big, man. Like, Jakob Poeltl it's not working with that guy, is it, man?
Well, he's been hurt all damn season, too. But the dude we drafted, Colin Murray Boyles, that would be one of the worst names ever, I'm sorry. But he's come on recently. Murray Boyles.
Unnecessary, dude. Bro.
Negative aura with that name. Man. I know, I just feel bad. It's just like there's 0 Steve with Boyles. Like, that just reminds me of like a fucking boil on your skin.
Weird thing.
But yeah, our backup bigs have been doing all right. He's come on strong with the defense, and then we got Sandro Mamalka-Shevik. I don't know. Mamalka-Shvili. I don't know. Anyways, the backup bigs.
All right, so we're gonna be.
Well, yeah,
we're hoping to get home court. That'd be a win for us. Maybe we're gonna win a playoff round. That would be great. Me and you got to get to a Raptors game, man. We got to start making some phone calls and get us down to a Raptors game.
Yeah, down the stretch, fighting for seeding. Like, let's go.
That'd be great. Yeah, I want to see Detroit. I want to see Cade Cunningham, man. My new favorite basketball player. All right, week 2 PSL. It's been a 2-week break. We are back. February 21st, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. for us. I'm going to be locked in on the couch. I know exactly my spot. We got the Soldiers, led by Najee Houston, going up against Los Santos, led by Felipe. Who you got? This is a big battle. They're both 1-0 right
It's tough
now.
to say because we don't know
Two undefeated
who's starting,
teams.
who's available. But let's say if
Yeah,
both teams
that's
are
right.
100% healthy, that means Nyjah in the building
That means Nyjah.
and Miles Silvis in the building. Two absolute studs we did not see.
Miles is
week
on
one.
Los Santos.
Yep. So their starting lineup
Okay.
would be Ginwu, Miles, and Felipe. Bro, I think
Senzo
at the
on-
draft, I think I
on
said
the
that
bench.
was my favorite team. Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with Los Santos.
Yeah, hard to disagree with that. And then we have the Wolverines, led by Chris Jocelyn, going up against SHS, led by P-Rod. We need to see P-Rod in for 4 innings this week, man. That's what the people need to see. We watched 12 weeks of Road to PSL just to see him play two innings or whatever it was. We want 4 innings out of P-Rod, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll have a chance at the number 1 ranked Wolverines, man.
I'm gonna say SHS bounces back, coaching decision. Paul starts himself, player coach, and they get the job done, man. I think he's just gonna rifle off. Well, I guess you got to go in order, but I feel like Paul, he ain't trying to go down 0-2. SHS gets the job done.
Okay, I disagree with that one. And then we got a battle of 2 winless teams. The Tropics, led by Jamie Foy and Ice Shot, up against Lithium, led by Zach Saraceno, who was absent week 1. Not a good look having your captain absent week 1, but, you know, schedules happen. Who you got? Who gets off the schneid and gets to 1-1?
It's another one. Definitely matters on if Zach is there or not. I'm gonna say, man, the Tropics fucking put up a fight against, you know, current Sodi and one of the greatest jumpers of all time. Let's go Tropics, man. Jamie's gonna get them 3 points off the rail. Easy, light work, fakey gang. And I think they figure it out.
Which is crazy because Zach, with first pick overall, takes Deshaun Jordan. And if they lose, they could be staring at 0-2 start. That's tough. Can you bounce back from 0-2 in PSL? Nobody knows because it's season 1, but we'll find out. Someone's starting 0-2.
Well, you probably have to go 3 straight.
Jamie or
You
Zach.
have to win out. Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of The Bunt. Y'all know where to find us next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.